everybody. You're welcome back to Dr. AI. It's been a minute. I'm sorry, there's been a lot going on, and that's why you're seeing me here and there. But I promise I'll keep up the good work, make more videos. So today, without any further ado, I would like to talk to you about the groundbreaking notebook LM by Google, and they are leveraging on the Gemini 1.5 model. This is a notebook LM that helps you in taking notes, creating ideas, generating ideas from papers, creating notes, and the mind-blowing podcast. And that has been going around for a while now. I think 2-3 weeks now. The podcast is really mind-blowing. In this video, I'm just going to show you everything you need to know about Notebook LM. I'll be curious as to how you're going to use it in your own personal research. So, we'll be talking about different use cases of Notebook LM. And the first is going to be note-taking, how to get relevant insights from your papers, how to take notes. Basically, if you're a researcher, you want to annotate from what your readings, or you want to how you read and you highlight. So basically, when you are taking notes from your papers, or you have a YouTube video that is very long and you just cannot sit and listen to everything, but you want to get the gist. To get that gist, Notebook podcast generation can help you. You can get summaries of your papers, and also the amazing feature it has is the podcast generation, where you have two hosts conversing about this topic and they are doing brilliantly well. You can try it out, just put in your paper and let's see how it works. But without any further ado, let me just take you right into Notebook LM and let's see how that goes. So you're just going to come into notebooklm.google.com. Because you have a Google account, you automatically sign you in. And if this is your first time, if you don't have a Google account, then you create. But if you have a Google account, it will bring you to a new page. Because I've done a couple of things, that's why I have my Note 1, Note 2, NLP paper, and all of that. So let's just dive into it. Create a new notebook. Click on create. It will ask you to upload your paper, or if it is a website, if it is from a YouTube video. So there are different sources that you can use to upload documents. You can use your Google Drive. If you have a slide, you can upload your slide from your Google Drive. You can also use if you have a website that has something you are trying to learn, you can copy that website link and just upload it and paste it. It's going to give you a summary. You can listen to a 1-hour YouTube video by just copying the link and pasting it down here, and you can do so many amazing things. If you have a test, you can copy test and upload it also. But let's try to upload a paper that I've been working on recently and see. Let's start with this fit testing. I've been reading on this paper recently, so I'm just going to upload this paper in here and see a conversation. I will rename this into feed testing MCQs. This is an amazing paper for psychometricians, and the first thing it's going to do is going to summarize what the paper, the body of the paper, what the paper entails. Everything is going to give you a little summary at first. Now these are things it could help you create. It could help you create FAQ questions, study guide, table of content, timeline, briefing. If we click on study guide, it will take us, it will help us to create study guide. And this audio overview is where we talk about some amazing feature of conversation, where it creates the podcast. But before we go there, let's see other things that it could do. Suggested question from the paper. You already have questions that is suggesting for us, and it gives us an interface just like ChatGPT, where you just type and ask your PDF questions or get summary or details. So we can, what are the methodologies used in this paper. So we can easily ask it question like we are chatting with our ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and all of that. So it will also provide response, and we can take note. And the beauty about this is all the responses provided is referencing where he got it from the paper. So you see that he shows this one, it will bring up where he got it. For if you double click it, that is going to show you the exact place he's getting that information from. And the beauty of this, we can highlight this and take a note with it. So it you see add a note, help me understand, summarize, suggested ideas. So you can help me understand if what is saying is doesn't make sense. But let's just add a note. You see that we've added a note here. We've added a note. Now we can go back to our notebook guide. That's where, so now you can add note. Let's say we want to create a study guide, we just click on it. It's still, we can do that here. It's going to directly create a study guide for us, and it will save that response in our note. We can collate this note as much as we want and put it all together, and there you have an amazing note you've taken from your paper. You can click on the paper and go through it. Okay, this is it has provided the study guide for us, and this is even provided quiz and instructions for us. So let's save this as study guide, and that will be saved in our notes, and we can come back to it anytime we want to come back to it. Now let's talk about the amazing feature we have, which is generating conversation. Now the amazing things they just did is customize. You can customize the generation, and what I would do in this customization now is I would say since the conversation is about is within two people, so I'll use the two hosts in the podcast because I want it to be more real. The male is named Henry, that is me, and the female is, let's say, Cynthia. Let's say the female is named Sonia. All right, I said this is from one of my mentors. This prompt, they should refer to each in every other sentence and say right after that. Ensure the focus on the bigger picture. So now let's generate. So this is just me customizing my audio to make it more fun. You can just automatically just click on generate and it will do the same thing. Bear in mind this is going to take few minutes just to before it's able to generate the conversation, and I'm just going to play a little for you. So while we wait for that, other things we are going to leverage in this video is this is a website that Cumbia. Okay, it talks about 7 recent AI development that's in under the artificial intelligence news. So it has 7 different things. So we're going to copy this link as another source and see how our NotebookLM is going to convert this into an amazing podcast or summary for us. And also, this is the recent debate between Trump and Kamala Harris. So we're just going to copy this link also into our NotebookLM to get summaries and other things and see how this amazing NotebookLM can make life easy for us. So this is still taking a little time. Let's just give it some time and we'll take it from there. Now it has generated a podcast for us. So I'm just gonna play it for like 1 minute so that you can see how amazing this is. So listen up, guys. Let's do this. Let me increase the volume. So, let's listen up.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive. Today we're going to be exploring the world of AI examinees. AI taking tests, With me as always is our expert.
Always a pleasure to be here.
So AI examinees, it sounds pretty futuristic, right? Like, are we talking about robots sitting in exam halls?
Not quite robots in classrooms, no, but it is about researchers using AI to figure out how tests work, and what that means for the future.
Okay, so less about robots with pencils, more about AI and the science behind tests.
Right, exactly. And the research we'll be looking at today comes from a 2024 paper by Hotaka Maeda. He was using AI to answer English grammar questions.
Interesting. English grammar, huh? So, could this AI pass a high school English test?
Potentially. But before we jump ahead, let's talk about why this type of research is so important. You familiar with field testing?
Yeah, field testing, sure. That's where they try out exam questions on a group of students before they use them on the actual test.
Right, exactly. Super important for making sure those tests are fair and accurate, but it's also a big process, Time consuming, expensive.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So where do these AI examinees come in? Are they the solution to all those problems?
Well, that's what researchers are hoping.
You can see how amazing this is. It just converted that amazing paper by Maeda into a podcast. You can see the conversation going in and out from the male to the female. They were having conversation about that, and they were breaking it down into pieces. This is amazing. Some papers can be very technical. Now imagine uploading it, just getting the full understanding, the context before diving in. That's cool. So let me show you another one really quick. Let's say I'm creating another one from this. I'm just going to copy this link and I'll come here. I'll click on website and I'll paste it here and I'll just click insert. It's going to create a new 7 AI tools. So I'm just going to quickly generate that and let's see if that is also going to be fast. So this is me copying that link from a website into NotebookLM, and you can see that you can look at, if you look at it, it has converted all the conversation, all the things you have on the website is now in a test format. Everything in here, you can ask questions. Let's ask this question and see while the podcast is generating. Discuss AI development. Let's see. You can do so many amazing things in here. So you can see AI robots are being used. If you click on that one, you see where he talked about it. If you click on 2, you see where he talked about it. If you click on 5, his reference, all this information is getting from the book. And remember, you can highlight this and just add it as a note. You can ask, help me understand it. It's going to help you understand that particular paragraph you highlighted. It can do so many amazing things. So many amazing things. So try rephrasing. That's not. So we're still awaiting this generation of this conversation as generated the podcast. Let's just play for 30 seconds and
welcome back for another deep dive. And today we're going to be looking at AI.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and specifically 7 recent developments that I think are really pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Wow, so kind of cutting edge stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And our source today is a fascinating article from Cumbia.
Oh, okay.
A software development company. And so they're really on the forefront of this. And I think by the end of this, you'll have a really good understanding of just how AI is evolving.
Okay.
Beyond all the...
Isn't this amazing? The cool part here is you can download this. You can download and put it on your phone and start playing it. So imagine you're converting those papers, those articles, those news, converting them to audio and listening to it in a conversational manner. So this way you can turn a lot of things. If you read a lot of papers, you can turn that into a podcast. Just turn a lot of things into a podcast and making your life easy. So, which is what I preach, making life easy. Making the last part is just we using this link here, this YouTube link here, to generate another conversational podcast. And once you click on this, you see that it has automatically turned this, transcribed all of this. So this can also be used as a medium of transcription. You just get transcription directly from the YouTube video without even writing code, using all those things. So you can just easily get transcript from this without writing code. So that's one thing you can do. You can generate a podcast. We're going to try it. You see the source, it talks about the summary of it. And if we click on generate, let's see, this is going to take a while, but let's just see. So it has finished generating the podcasts for the 2024 presidential debate. So let's listen for about 30 to 45 seconds, and that will be it. That will be the example I'll be giving.
All right, you ready for this? It's November 3rd, 2024.
Election's right around the corner.
Just weeks away, and you know what that means.
Debates.
Debates. And you sent us a link to the Trump-Harris showdown.
Yeah, I did.
The big one! Want the key takeaways without, sitting through the whole thing? Smart move, gotta say.
Definitely a time saver.
This one, though, this debate was a roller coaster.
Buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up is right. We're not just talking like dry policy points here.
Yeah.
This thing got personal, got into fact-checking territory, even had some, well, let's just say eyebrow-raising moments.
Some real head scratchers.
Ready to dive in.
Let's unpack this thing.
Okay, so first off, it's interesting, right? Both candidates, they zero in on...
Man, I am already ready to dive in and listen to this again to get a proper analysis from this NotebookLM. So can you see the different pieces you can do once you have access to NotebookLM? And you can always go back to it. The fit testing, we can always go back to it. Well, you can always see the podcast from the fit testing that was generated. We generated a podcast from there. So we can always go back to all of these things. It's going to save automatically. So just leverage on this NotebookLM. Is an amazing tool. If you have tons of paper to read, it's going to be a lifesaver. Just explore this tool, and I bet you are going to love it. Thank you so much again. This is Dr. AI. Ensure you click the like, share, and comment. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.